Welcome to On the Line. I'm Jenny Robb with USTA Alabama. And today we have Suzy Harris, the Executive Director of Learning Excellence Through Tennis, also called the LETT program. And we also have two of our athletes. We have Mercy and John with us today. Thank you for taking the time to work with us. And we are currently celebrating Tennis Month. So we're going to talk tennis. Suzy, I'll actually start with you. So as executive director of LETT, you sort of manage the connection between kids in Birmingham City schools and getting them involved in tennis programs. So tell us a little bit about the journey of getting Mercy and John connected to the LETT program.
Well, a few years ago, we started working after school at Putnam Middle School. They have a tennis court behind the school, and we were able to start doing an after-school tennis program there. And we started by visiting the PE classes and doing PE tennis to gauge people's interest. And so one of the first people who signed up was John.
All right.
Yeah, but I did work in the PE class. I actually worked one-on-one with Mercy, and it took, and I was very much hoping she would join our team, but it took a while for her to come around and join us. That's so okay. We had John first for a while, and then Mercy joined us.
Okay, so John, you were the first to join. How did you decide that you wanted to participate?
I actually didn't have any a favorite sport or anything. But when Coach Suzy brought tennis, I felt like I needed to do this. It looked fun and everything. So I said I'll sign up. And it was fun.
That is so great. And I got to tell you, nobody wants to join up and do things that aren't fun. So when something's fun, you want to do it again and more often and get more involved. So that is so exciting to hear that you sort of took to the idea of playing tennis right from the start. So now, after starting in those PE classes and getting interested in tennis, what does it look like for you now?
When I started, I didn't actually know how to play, but I started getting help from my teachers, and Coach Suzy helped me a lot. I tried to quit once, but she helped me not. She told me I can still do it, but I still continued, and I kind of got better.
That is so exciting to hear, and I love the fact that, tennis, just like anything else in life, can be challenging. And, everybody starts as a beginner. Nobody starts anything as an expert. So it can be hard to start something new. It can be scary. And there are times that you might want to quit. That, we all understand that feeling. So I'm so glad, Suzy, that you were there to keep the encouragement going, and John, that you were open to, continuing to work hard, even though it's not always easy and it's not always fun. But that is super cool. And then the last thing you said was that you're improving. I mean, what more can you ask? So if you feel like you're better now than you were a few weeks or months ago, that's pretty awesome. So Mercy, tell us a little bit about how you got involved.
I was not a people person, so I did not want to I didn't want to do tennis because there were people there, and I'm really not a people person. I don't like talking. But, yeah. Like, yeah.
That's okay. Yeah, you know what? Not everybody's not the same. And thank goodness, because that'd be pretty boring. So there are people that love to get involved and are those very loud and enthusiastic people, and that's good for them. But there are also people that are like you, that are a little bit more shy or not that interested in getting involved, and that's okay. So I think it took a lot of courage for you to get involved, even though you initially weren't that into it, because it's not kind of your thing, with all the people around and big groups and having to talk and engage, and that can be really scary. So I think that you're very courageous to pursue something that really wasn't comfortable for you in the beginning. So I just want to say thank you, and I admire you for that courage. So Suzy, when you encountered John and Mercy and you met them, and you obviously encouraged John to continue to play, and you obviously got Mercy to get involved. I mean, that's really, really important. It's a big deal. So tell us a little bit about how you made that happen. Obviously, there's courage from Mercy, and John courage as well to keep playing even when it wasn't as fun as it was in the beginning. Both of you really worked hard, and I just commend you. It's really, really cool.
I think one of the things that that we noticed when we started working at Putnam, in particular with the girls, was that they lack self-confidence, that the boys tend to have much more of, in terms of trying something new, particularly in sports. And so we actually had a life coach help us. So Sarah Bailey is our life coach. And so she started coming to after school with us, and we would split into two groups and have we would do some social emotional learning at the first, and then tennis in the afternoon. And then we got to where we had so many kids that we were splitting it, so we would rotate between groups. And so one of the things Sarah was working on with them was for everyone to recognize that they have their own strengths and talents, and that everyone is unique. Do y'all remember how many millions of people are in the world? Do y'all remember? And each of us is unique in that. And we talked about like the negative self-talk that almost all of us do, but particularly girls, and that we have to turn that off, and in order to do something new. So we have to tell our brains that we can do that, even if we're still trying and still learning how to do it. If we tell our brains that we can do it, our brain will help us. And if we say we can't do something, our brain will help us not do it. And part of that is, when you're nervous, is learning how to breathe. And it helps on the tennis court when you've been playing a match and somebody's running you all over the courts. You can take a few minutes to really get some deep breaths in to recover for the next point. But also, we were trying to learn about things that would help in any situation, whether you were in a social situation and nervous about meeting new people, or you're in class and you have a test and you get nervous. So we are trying to work we tried to work on some things like that to help.
I love that. I love that you address the emotional, the intangible parts of the game, because it's not easy to do the physical part, right? To be able to hit the forehands and backhands and serves and those things. I mean, that's not easy. So you're learning to do that, but at the same time, um, you might have to play against your friends, and if you're worried that winning against your friend is going to make them mad at you, that's something that can be in your mind. And so it gets really tricky when you don't want somebody to be mad at you, but you do want to win and you do want to try your best. But ultimately how it comes out is not just who won and who lost that match. It goes, are we going to be able to go and eat ice cream later together, or are we still going to be friends after we compete, because only one person can win and the other person has to lose. And that's not comfortable, and sometimes even winning is uncomfortable if you're worried that your person you were playing with is going to be mad at you, and that's a real thing. So there's a lot more than just forehands and backhands when you're going to play. And I also love, Suzy, that you brought up breathing. Breathing is huge. We all have to breathe, right? I mean, we're all breathing right now, but taking that time in between points, or in between your turn to play games during practice or whatever, what you do in those times is just as important as when you're actually out there playing, because the ability to clear your mind of what happened. And I tell you, actually, when I was playing, it was almost harder for me to move past my good shots than the bad ones. If I did something and impressed myself, I was like, hey, that was pretty good. And then I tried to do it again and I could never do it again. But if I hit a really bad shot, I was actually able to kind of be like, oh, that was terrible, but I can get ready and move on. So there is that that essence of how you move on, whether you just did something fabulous or you did something that you just shake your head and go, oh, what in the world did I just do? But to get that out of your mind quickly, either because, like I said, because you're super excited about the last point, or you're mad or upset about the last point, those are feelings and everybody has them, and you don't have to not have them. You have them, but the part where it takes a little courage, and you two both have it, is whether you're excited or upset, to then be able to move on and reset is huge. And breathing is a big part of that. Breathing, you can kind of, close everything out, and, no matter who's watching or who's saying things to you, or, you can kind of clear your mind and just focus on the present. And that is something that doesn't just have importance in tennis, but you got to be able to do that in life too. And both of you have done that. And so again, I'm impressed with your courage. So anyway, that leads us into, you guys have actually started playing team tennis. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So what has it been like to be part of a team?
It's been fun.
What about the team makes it fun? What's fun?
The thought of knowing there's people around you that can help you. And every time, like when you lose a match, you'll know they're gonna be there and you gotta train more. So you help them and they help you. So it goes both ways.
John, what a great answer. I mean, you're absolutely right. Tennis can be thought of as a difficult sport because it's individual, that even an individual sport can be part of a team, obviously, like you and Mercy are playing on a team. And it does help, that when you win a match, you have all these people that are so excited for you. But if you lose a match, other people lose matches too. And so they're there to kind of, pick you up if you're feeling down. And so that team atmosphere is really fun, like you said. So Mercy, I know that you weren't as enthusiastic about all the people being around, and that's okay. But how has the team experience been for you?
Well, it it wasn't that it wasn't that bad. It's not what I thought it was gonna be like. It was pretty fun.
Okay, that's fantastic. So tell us a little more about what you thought it would be like and what it was actually like that made it fun for you. It's okay.
Like I thought, like my mindset had put me to where I thought that everybody was like, person and whatever. But that's why I never liked meeting new people or talk to them or do basically anything with anybody.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But when I met those girls at the tennis team, that was pretty fun. We made friends and yeah.
That is so great, Mercy. Well, again, just thank you for sharing that experience with us. And again, I admire you for the courage it took to do something a little bit outside of your comfort zone, and that it had a positive impact and you're actually enjoying it. That is so cool. So Mercy, I also want to talk about the honor that you got recently back in the spring. It was pretty huge. The Women's Sports Foundation. Oh my goodness. So Suzy, Mercy, explain to us what happened. Was it April? I think it was in April.
Oh wow. It's hard to remember because time has
time is weird. Yeah.
Time is different now. But yeah, or it was in the fall maybe. Well, we put together the video clips, I guess last year. They needed us to do some videos of Mercy on the tennis court. And every day that we were trying to do it, we had crazy storms, tornadoes. So we had to drive. We would drive to one court and it would be raining, and then it would say it's not raining at the other court. So we would drive there, and then we would be there for 5 minutes, and then it would start raining. It was it was crazy, but we ended up finally getting some good video. And the Women's Sports Foundation has been a partner for LETT for the past couple of years. And so they asked us to send in stories about some of our players and who we've worked with. And so I wrote about Mercy, and then they wanted to know more about her. And then the next thing you know, they said, well, we're going to feature her on the Women in Sports Awards with Muhammad Ali's daughter as the spokesperson. And usually this thing is in person. I think ESPN sponsors it and that kind of thing. But this year it was online. So we had a viewing party in my office, and we had sparkling apple juice and some hors d'oeuvres. Remember, we had some hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah.
Some cheese and crackers and some other hors d'oeuvres. And Coach Sarah came, so we all got to watch it. And so they had other famous female athletes, soccer players, well-known soccer players, and some different women from all over the country who were athletes were involved in the show, and it was really fun.
So Mercy, how did that feel to be included with all these other women and to show that you're doing great things and that what you're doing could inspire other girls? How did it feel to be included in that group?
It was exciting, but at the same time nerve-wracking. Like, yeah, it was pretty fun. But yeah.
You know, one of my heroes, I guess, is Billie Jean King. And she wrote a book called Pressure is a Privilege. And that's what came to mind when you were talking about it being a little bit nerve-wracking to be in that group, even though it's exciting, because then there is some pressure. You feel like, oh my goodness, I've got to do something now. But also that pressure is a privilege because of what you've already done. So you are pretty awesome.
And remember, we learned about Billie Jean King, and for part of our video, remember we did the Battle of the Sexes.
Yeah.
You marched on court with your robe on to play to play John. And I think I remember you winning, just like Billie Jean did, right?
Mercy and John, do y'all like to practice together, or is that kind of hard? Do you get kind of mad at each other?
It's hard.
It's hard.
That's okay.
Yes, I know that feeling.
Yeah.
I didn't practice with my brother all that much either.
That's funny. Oh my goodness. So with the spring season coming to an end and the school season, now it's we're about to be into summertime, and junior team tennis is continuing for you all. So what are you looking forward to with your team matches that are coming up?
Winning.
Hey! That's great. That's great. John, what do you think? Mercy says winning.
Trying a little bit more.
Okay.
And I have not come.
That's okay. So there are players out there that say, you got to love the grind, or you have to love the struggle, you have to love the battle. And I think it's so cool that both of you seem to be doing that, being committed to practicing, committed to getting better, committed to going and being a team player, and then going out there and competing by yourself. All of that stuff is not easy. And so, it takes a lot of courage again to get out there, put yourself out there and do it. So Mercy, is it true that you like singles better than doubles?
Yes.
What do you like about singles?
Well, basically everything.
Okay, that's okay.
I like playing by myself for some reason.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely different when you're the one that, good point or bad point, it's on you. And so there's no conflict with a partner or the other people. It's sort of you're taking the responsibility and it's all on you. So it can be more pressure, but then at the same time, when you're in control, then you've got it. And John, is it true that you like doubles better?
Yes.
Why do you like doubles better?
Because like when you don't hit the ball, someone else is there like to help you hit it back. So there's an extra support in your hands. like, there's always somebody right there who's gonna help you.
That's right. That's right. So, there are unique things to singles and doubles that can be challenging or something that you like better. So I think it's pretty cool that you like doubles, you like kind of having a teammate there, to help you. Whereas Mercy, you'd rather just do it yourself. And so it's really pretty cool that you have an opportunity to do both and find one that suits you, and that's pretty cool. So do either of you have a like favorite memory or favorite game or something that you're really proud of? Anything come to mind like that?
Um, it was my first win as a match. It felt like the best thing I ever did.
That's so great, John. Well, you worked hard and you got results. That feels really good. Mercy, what about you? Do you have anything that's a super fun memory or something you're really proud of?
I'm blank.
That's
What
okay.
about the challenge? You did really well in the tennis skills challenge.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. You were kind of like our anchor.
What happened at the skills challenge, Mercy?
She I'll say that she was our fastest in the spider drill.
Oh, cool.
Miss Jenny was there. She was there taking pictures, so you may have seen her there. Let's see, she did the spider drill. You did really well with the rally. You were kind of our anchor member that we sent in at the end to pick up the slack for everybody, remember? And we came in second place, but it was by the closest of closest, like barely.
That is so cool. So Mercy, it sounds like you were kind of a team leader. Do you remember being a team leader? How did that feel?
I mean,
Okay. That's all right. So as we go forward this summer, and you're going to have more practices and more matches, do y'all have a favorite game or anything that you play in your practices? A favorite drill?
oh, around the world.
Ah! Okay. Okay, that's a fun one. You got to get moving on that one. But you're fast. I've seen you with that spider drill. John, what about you? Do you have a favorite game or a favorite drill you do?
Um, it's the same.
Around
What
the
about
world.
a favorite shot? If you like doubles, do you like playing at the net? Do you like volleyball?
Yes.
Okay, I kind of had an idea that you might like to be up there at the net hitting volleys. That's pretty cool. Well,
Yeah, you played mixed doubles this weekend, right? With someone who didn't like being at the net, right?
Mhm.
She didn't like being at the net, and you did, which made it a nice pairing.
Mhm.
I got to work together, kind of play to your strengths there. We all have different strengths. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much for talking to us as we celebrate Tennis Month. I'm so excited that you all agreed to talk about your tennis experience and being part of junior team tennis and getting involved with the LETT program. So thank you for coming and talking today. And Suzy, thank you for all of your effort and all the work that you do to include any kid that can play tennis and has an interest and a desire, and for encouraging them to continue that journey. So John, Mercy, Suzy, thank you. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. And I hope
Thank
to
you.
see you in person soon. This is kind of fun.
I know.
I want to see you in person soon.
Me
I
too.
guess it will be soon, huh?
Yeah, it will. It will actually. So that's good stuff. But thank you again, and I will talk to you soon.
Okay. Thank y'all.